Let's do it. Call this meeting to order at 7 p.m. on Thursday, July 23rd. Regular meeting, select board. Members present are Terry Redfield, Chris Fenton, Isaac Yackel, and Robin Tangerman. There are no members of the public here yet or other town officers, either in person or on Zoom. Any additions or deletions to the agenda? I would love to continue work on the credit card policy.
Yes, probably a good thing.
Okay, approval of minutes with the July 9th regular meeting.
I move to accept those as written.
I will second that.
Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I will abstain. So it wasn't here. Special meeting on July 13th. The personnel evaluation and visit to Rupert Town Garage. I'll move to approve those minutes as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
I'll abstain on that one.
And so both are approved on account of 301. Public comment. We will zip right through. I like this pace.
Yeah,
Good so far.
Yeah. Town officer reports. Anything from the town clerk?
One thing we can do it from, might as well be town clerk. Patty left a note. I am requesting permission to purchase 8 gallons of the stone cleaning solution from Miles Supply in Barry using the town's credit card. That's for the old cemetery cleanup project. I think that's fine. I don't know if we want to agree by consensus or if you want to, or if we need a motion for that, or.
I think we agree by
I
consensus.
think we can agree by consensus and it's fine. We just say, yeah, go for it.
Isn't she allowed to spend up to $2,000?
Well, she really is she can buy copier supplies or whatnot, but this is actually old cemetery, which is not a, town's clerk function. We do have a separate, money in an account for the old cemetery. She was just didn't want to overstep her bounds, want to do it properly. And I think that's fine.
there were a couple other things on her. She sent an email out. She asked about health officer appointment. This is a bulletin list of things that she wanted us to.
Okay. Yeah, I can follow up. I had spoken with Tamsin about being the health officer, and she's open to it, but wants to know more.
Yeah, and that would fill out. We would appoint her to fill out a 2-year. Is it a 2-year appointment or 1 year?
It's a couple of years anyway.
Yeah,
maybe 3.
I don't remember off the top of my head.
But we recommend her to the state, and the state appoints her.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Or also the couple of emails that Patty had sent. One, I responded to. Terry also responded. It's about people dumping forest land up on North Road. And I mean, it's already an offense to dump on someone else's land. So not a matter of whether the town has
Ordinances.
ordinance or not.
Mhm.
We can mention it to the sheriff as well.
I looked at it and it was virtually nothing from what I expected. I thought it was gonna be a shithole or something. There's one mattress, or I didn't walk out in there, but just going slowly by, there's one mattress visible and a handful, 2 or 3 white kitchen bags of trash growing up through the weeds, or,
Right.
and from what was there, 90% of the metal was cleaned up. I mean, it used to stretch from,
Yeah.
from here to the church, right near anyway, right beside the road. The metal's all cleaned up. There was a dumpster there, and there was one big old stove or something sitting right beside it.
This is what we rent, right?
And then there's
No,
and then there's
far
a
end.
box truck,
Okay.
like a tractor trailer truck,
Yeah, yes, a trailer,
Collected.
probably a
Yeah.
40-footer.
which Lord knows what. But I mean, 1 or 2 bags of trash and a mattress, whether that has been there right along and you couldn't see it from the metal.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Well, if they get it cleaned up and then get it straightened out, then it won't be an invitation. to
exactly,
park it there.
put some rocks there like we had out front, or put some more. There's another young fellow that's taking scrap metal, and somebody's pretty desperate if they drive clear to the end of North Street to throw away a bag of trash or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Really. Well, I'm not denying, I don't like seeing trash thrown, but it didn't look like it was a pervasive problem in my.
The problem is trash breeds trash, so if we get that taken care of, then,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you leave it there, then there'll be 2 or 3 and they'll multiply. I thought Patty sent us another one from, that was about the credit card policy, right?
Mhm. Yep,
That was a big email on that.
yep.
Because there was a bunch of other things
Um,
back in December.
So, yeah, Jenny sent me back from our last meeting. We had some input from both Jenny and Patty about credit card policy and what I'd written. Patty had some thoughts about how it would basically is if we implemented it as I'd drawn it up, we would immediately be in violation of it. The way that it's being used right now. I don't know how we necessarily go about changing that part of it, but one suggestion she had was a list of like approved uses. So users as defined by the policy is who the select board deems a user. So town clerk, highway department, like it's on a as needed basis.
Right.
And then also a reoccurring purchase. So the way I'd written it out, I thought it said was, pretty like it's either one time we're asking to buy the compactor from Harbor Freight, right? Like here's the car, okay, because we don't have an account. After all other options have been exhausted. And then or reoccurring purchases, which is office supplies and toilet paper and that kind of stuff. Like, I know it's not a reoccurring, like a monthly bill kind of thing, but it's a like, as you need it, you need to buy the same thing. So I guess it's just trying to get that across in the policy that, especially when we have another facility, like a garage was brought up, like how are they, are they gonna have to come up here to borrow toilet paper, right? Because they don't want to go through the rigmarole of ordering it with the credit card or whatever. So those are all valid points for sure. One suggestion she made was a list attached, an addendum attached to the policy that says like, here's the pre-approved things, office supplies, toiletries, that kind of stuff, that don't need necessarily select board pre-approval to purchase with the credit card.
Before we dig into that, I'm looking at an email from Patty dated the 10th, July 10th. So it's the day after the last meeting. And it's
July 6th.
says item for the next select board agenda. It's about ballot
Ballot.
language.
Because then it has to be sent out. We have to approve to send out ballots, have the state send them out.
General election ballot. This is talking about probably, this is if we wanted to put something on the general election, right? Like a garage spending or a
Or the town plan.
Town plan.
Was ready for,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so then one is to approve language that allows for mailing those ballots to all active, not challenged voters.
Yes, because the state mails all the ballots for the primary. Right.
Okay,
Or for the
general election.
general election.
So we need to make a motion that we can also mail our own.
That they'll mail it if it's on the back of the ballot, if it's attached with it.
Must approve mailing a ballot to all active. Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Because our office mails absentee ballots to all qualified voters. Okay. Yes, let me know if you have any questions. Sounds like you have some questions.
Yeah, let me try calling her.
Even though,
Yeah, I missed this one.
I don't remember that, or it didn't. Really, print my trigger, I guess.
you must approve the mailing a ballot to all active non-checked, yes. So that means we have to approve any additional items on the ballot.
Hi, Patty, it's Robin. You're on speaker at the select board meeting. And we are looking at your email dated July 10th about the legislative body needing to approve mailing ballots to all active, not challenged voters.
I'm sure, yeah,
Do you remember that?
yeah, I do. Now.
Can you explain that a little bit
Instead
to
of
us?
like relative to putting GPs.
To put our JPs on the ballot,
Yeah,
we have to approve everyone gets a ballot in the general election from the town. We don't do it. The state does it.
yeah.
We have to have approved.
We just need to
that
authorize
they-
it. Okay. Sounds like a no-brainer. Is that your take on it?
All whether we made a motion, but I don't remember what it was. Maybe,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Okay.
But yeah, that's because now they mail ballots to everyone. You have to allow the general, I think it's easy enough to say, so you know what you're doing, is to allow the JPs to be mailed, JP candidates to be on the state ballot and get mailed to everyone in
Yeah.
town. right? So
yeah.
then it's more clear about what exactly you're doing. It's just for that one election.
And there's other items that we may want to also put on the ballot. Is that correct, Patty?
Well, that's too late for you to put anything else on the ballot.
Oh, okay.
Like the town plan or,
It'd be a separate ballot that we would do and it wouldn't get mailed,
okay,
So the
right?
20th,
Just and we'd have to mail those separately, because those would be a
Yeah.
ballot that we would, that's why I'm saying it's the state's general election ballot that you're allowing the JPs to be.
okay,
so July.
No, if you were gonna put something else on there,
yeah.
well, maybe by Monday, but are you gonna be able to vote on that today?
We'll vote on this.
Yeah, so,
That you might want on the ballot,
No,
Mhm.
right, so it won't ballot.
Yeah.
It'll only go on a separate ballot.
okay,
Mhm.
good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, as always.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Patty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I will move to,
are you reading the same thing?
Move to allow our JPs to be mailed.
well, let's see, how are we gonna say this now?
That's what she said.
That we move to,
Include the JPs on the general election ballot and give permission to the state to mail to all active voters, non-challenged voters.
yeah, that sounds good.
Um,
Move to allow,
I'm wondering if we want to say, JPs and other
Well, the
issues if
deadline,
we're timely.
but I think the deadline was the 20th.
But I'm thinking this will carry forward for future elections as well.
Oh,
I don't think it's a one time. I'm not seeing this as a one time, but as a
Mm.
general practice.
okay, so for general elections, allow JPs and any other town.
any other special town ballot items, if applicable, or as applicable.
So the main thing is that we are moving to approve mailing the ballot to all active, not challenged voters,
Right,
so that
we don't have to.
local candidates or local questions can be included on the ballot.
Correct.
Mhm.
Good motion, Chris. Good.
But I
Nailed
don't
it.
know if it's good for more than.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounded like we needed to do it every.
Sounds like we have to.
Yeah, because the general election rules may change each
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, they probably will, that's true. They certainly are gonna try to anyway.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
wanted to say the inclusion of JPs and other
Elevated item.
appropriate or legal town items or something to that effect.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Other appropriate legal town ballot items.
Approved town, yeah.
If applicable. I'll say if applicable. Allow the inclusion of JPs and other appropriate legal town ballot items if applicable. On the back of the general election ballot. For all active, not challenged voters.
Wow. It's a good motion.
So simple.
That's so simple.
All you gotta do is.
There we go. Try to find this out.
Sounds good to me.
get the gist of it anyway.
Oh.
At least we get the JPs. I don't know if they sent it in or not. Did they send them in?
I hope we got them right after all.
They
that.
did, I know that they had
Yeah,
their
the two
caucus in here.
caucuses, Yeah,
Mhm.
one was the 14th, one was the 17th or something, or the 16th or something.
Yeah, it was whatever. Well, it was, I think it was just this Tuesday.
I'll second that if nobody did. I don't.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Good job, Chris.
No, good job, Terry.
We'll see. Anybody challenges it, we can throw them out in court.
3 hots and a cot.
There you go. Better health care than we can afford on our own.
Okay, let's continue through the other town officers. Treasurer, anything from, this would be the
Yeah.
credit card discussion.
So yes, I have the latest credit card update from Jenny after that meeting,
Great.
and I haven't had a chance to do it anyway. So yeah, I'll try to have something.
Okay, and Jenny sent an email at 2:20 this evening. A data company had sent a Freedom of Information request to see our contracts with certain suppliers, and we don't do business with any of them. So I said, this is not relevant. We have no information to provide.
I don't think I ever got that.
And library.
Crystal right now.
Close Crystal.
Pardon?
Crystal's coming in.
Okay.
I'll come through.
Emergency management. We'll come back to library. Emergency management. Nothing from the our official emergency management, but I do want to highlight the CARE event on Saturday between the Historical Society and the fire department. And despite the rain, it was very well attended. Really positive. And you were there?
I did. I came for a minute, but then I had to go pick up people at a golf tournament, so I go.
But
do that.
I thought it was great. I think they're doing really good work, and apparently they have the radio network. They have 8 radios, I think, and can cover all of town with this self-sustained network. They would like to have at least one in a town truck to keep Chuck engaged in the loop in an emergency situation, which I thought sounded.
So there's one with the fire department.
Yeah.
One with the highway department. And
Yeah.
then multiple people in the community.
Yeah,
Okay.
and at no expense to the town. You're here just in time.
Oh, I was gonna say I was taking a chance. Maybe I'll get there just in time. So we're moving slowly down there, trying to wrap it up. They're still planning on being able to call it done next week. The end of next week. Next week will have to be very productive for that to actually happen. But paving was supposed to be at the beginning of this week, but it's not yet happened. So paving all of it, the side and the front. Paving needs to come back and do the filling in by the sidewalks. So all that again slated for next week. The railings are due to go in next week. the architect was back today to do his kind of walkthrough, and so he made a list of things that need to be checked out. Kimberly will go around again with the site foreman on sometime next week to just mark all the last paint things that need to be happening. But they took the covering off the floor, the carpet's in upstairs, they're starting to clean, get all the dust taken care of. So it's looking really good. The upstairs is, basically done. The balcony, the railings are on, and they're working on getting all the hardware in the doors. The kitchen is mostly in. All the appliances came yesterday. The stove came, which wasn't supposed to come next week, so that's good. Stove's there, because that is seeing the fire suppression system working with the stove. That was sort of like a must-have before they can give us a certificate of occupancy. So that should be slated to be happening. They haven't yet fired up any of the. They haven't yet fired up any of the systems, so they have to do that and make sure everything works as it's intended. They will have to come back. The louvers for the bell tower that make the sound possible, those are out a couple of weeks, so they will have to come back with a lift. I think the lift they have is not big enough to do it anyway. Maybe I can't remember. Anyway, they'll have to come back to do that. So there may be a few things like that they'll have to come back and finalize. But other than that, it's looking pretty good. They're finishing up all the plumbing connections.
One last opportunity to tear up.
Yeah, one last opportunity to drive on top of everything that they shouldn't drive on. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We did meet with Nita about the audit list. The audit folks sent a very exhaustive list of things they want collected. So Nita is kind of taking the point on gathering all that stuff and uploading it to their portal so that they can review it before I think they're planning a site visit. I don't know, you all probably saw this, but they're coming in the middle of September, I think the 20th of September, for their first kind of site visit or meeting, whatever. So they want to have all this stuff uploaded before then. But we reviewed the list with Nita and we feel like we've got everything that they want. So we just are working on getting that to her, and so that she can get it uploaded in plenty of time. Jenny has the much larger list by far. So I think we're in good shape there. We've kept really good records of the grant and all of that. So I think we won't have any trouble checking those boxes. I think those are the high points right now, I guess. I don't know if anybody has any other.
I saw a couple of emails go by about wrapping up a MERP grant.
Oh yeah, so we got a letter from the state that said we had closed out a grant, which, as it turns out, was the $4,000 grant that we got. I thought it felt really quick for state turnaround because we had just finished spending the money the day before, we had just been reimbursed. I was like, wow, yeah. Turns out that was the $4,000 grant from 2 years ago,
Right.
whatever, that paid for the evaluation of the building, which made possible an application for that, not the big grant that we got, but the second grant through MERP. And I think we did that. We own the building, so, but I don't know, 2 years ago or what? I don't know, it was a long time ago. So whatever. So that was for the $4,000 mini grant that we spent to do the evaluation. So, because I was like, oh, that's weird. So we are wrapping up the MERP grant. The final report is due next week. So Kimberly's going to be sending that in, and then we'll get a similar letter, maybe in 6 months,
or 2 years
that we used up, that we exhausted that money. And then I think I said this last time. So we are working to get the contingency line of the larger grant, because that'll be what we need to get reimbursed from for the most recent payment. So there's just a few more hoops. We just have to justify that we went over, in certain areas or whatever. So it's just a little bit extra paperwork, but we certainly have the overages that qualify for accessing that contingency money. So yeah, so we'll be doing that, and then that'll be that. Where our fundraising folks may have gotten a the Every Door Direct in mail the
Yeah.
last couple of days, so that is the next piece of the fundraising campaign. Our goal was 284, we're about 140 right now, so we're about halfway there. Having launched it in like the middle of April, like 3 months, three and a half months, whatever, so it's been wildly successful, and so hopefully it continues to be so. It's a 3-year thing, and intended to supplement the budget for the, over the,
Yeah.
some of that money will be, aimed for the budget right now. Sort of the upfront stuff that we're getting is really just earmarked for getting the furniture and getting things in the building that we need to start working and start, having program be ready to sort of hit the ground running, with everything that we need. So, we're working on getting things ordered. It's a game of timing. Like, when are they going to be done versus when can we order things that are going to come and need a place to be because we don't really space for them anywhere except for in that building. So, it's a game of trying to figure out the timing of it all. But, hopefully by the end of next week, we'll have a much clearer vision of when they will actually be able to be done. And then there are inspections. I mean, the fire inspection has to happen, and there's some electrical, all sorts of inspections. I don't know what, but that all has to happen too. So I don't know when those are scheduled. The other big sort of holding up point that we're waiting on is for the lighting company to come and train us on the lights, which are fancy, complicated. So that has to get scheduled. We've submitted all the paperwork to the lighting company for them to schedule that, but we haven't heard. I checked with folks today. Nobody has heard when that will happen. So that first the electrician has to be trained, and there are some final programming things to the system that have to happen, and then they will train staff on how to use it. So there's some unknown period of time that is going to have to happen. So that'll be a piece of figuring out when the final, done is done. And so for that reason, we're still trying to figure out when we're going to plan our book move. So that's a little bit nebulous still. We're hoping by the end of August, but that's feeling a little, maybe that's a little too tight if things keep dragging out. So we're hoping to be able to plan, announce something soon, but we're just waiting on a few more things to get done. So, Carl's here now. You didn't hear half of it, but it's close to being done, as it has been for the last month.
And paving didn't happen.
Paving didn't happen at the beginning of this week as promised, so now it's beginning of next week.
Oh, in the rain.
Oh, is it supposed to rain? I haven't looked at weather. I don't know.
It's a little.
Oh, great.
Rain.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Oh, geez. So Fabian's coming back to do the filling in, and they did the walkthrough and did a punch list today. Punch list, I mean, they're not close to, usually they're closer to done for a punch list, but the architect had limitations on his time, so he came today. So there's a long list of things to finalize.
With Naylor Green.
Yes, well, it's their, well, yeah, well, we're trying to help when we can. We said, we'll do the door stops. You guys don't have to worry about that. We're trying to help, but, so yeah, they're
Get
finalizing.
reimbursement for that.
Right,
I
Yeah.
think we got a qualified doorstop installer.
Yeah, I think we do. I feel like we can find one or two. So we're going to try and help them out if we can. Yes. So the kitchen is the last piece that's kind of not quite done. They were still installing some of the appliances, but they're all here. So that's,
So the one that was missing is here now.
yeah, the stove wasn't due till the 31st, but it came yesterday. So yay. So that was one of the big potential barriers, but that's here now, so that's good. So they're still officially, I mean, they haven't officially extended their date past next Friday, but
They will.
imagine that's coming. So next week should be a big week. But yeah, it looks great in there, and the carpet's down, and that looks great, and the flooring downstairs is uncovered, and all the paint's mostly finished, so some touch-ups, but it looks really good. I think we'll have the AV, that stuff will be installed in September. We haven't scheduled a date with them yet, but that should be done. We're looking at a grand opening, like ribbon cutting on October 17th. We haven't, we're still depending on, so that's what we're thinking for a big, to do. And by that time, we imagine we'll have everything in the building that we need, the furniture and all the things. So yeah, that's that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, Carl? You're looking pensive. Or are you just staring at people? Oh, we've got a power.
Got something going on out there. I don't
Got
know.
sirens? I know, like,
Pick up on the wrong side of the car out there at the intersection.
well,
So did you find out you have a paving contractor for out front and Fabian's doing the parking area still?
isn't Fabian's a paving company?
No.
They're not. Okay, I don't know then. I honestly don't know. I assumed it's the same paving company doing all of it. But I don't know. Fabian's was just the word in my head and I
The
don't,
last
I don't know.
we had heard that for the extra $1,500
Yeah,
that the ground up
was coming from Fabian?
was being applied by Fabian.
Then maybe that's true. I don't
And
know. off the
that
top of my head.
he was in search of a paving company to do that front circle
Okay, then I don't know.
because it was close to $10,000 more
Yeah,
this year than what was quoted or estimated or
Gotcha.
something.
gotcha. Then I don't know the specifics on who's doing that. I just know that it was slated for this week, but now it's not done. So, I don't know the specifics on who's doing which.
Anything else for Crystal? Yeah. Questions? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Ruth. Listers.
Yeah, have a good meeting.
Thank you. For Carl, going down the list of officers, emergency management, I just brought up the event last Saturday, Connor event with the fire department and the community network thing Leslie's organizing. The event was a great success by all.
Considering the weather.
Yeah, I mean, I went there thinking she's going to have this many people, and it was probably close to 100 who weren't involved in it already. Okay. Okay, listers, any? I haven't heard anything. Okay, health officer, I will follow up with Tamsin. Make time to talk with her. Auditors, not heard anything. Same with delinquent tax collector. Anything from trustees of public funds?
I can't find that email that I was looking at before from Patty, but that was part of one of her questions was public trustees and public monies. Did anyone else see this?
Yeah, I did, but I can't find it.
I think it just disappeared off my server.
Maybe, wait a minute.
That
maybe
was a
it's-
while ago.
That wasn't spam. No, it was like this week.
It was like
Really?
it was
Maybe it's in promotions.
maybe
I can't remember.
basically saying that was it
No.
John was the Copeland Fund was the head of the
He
Copeland
was
Fund.
on the cemetery, was it?
Oh, was this about just changing
This
the
is
disbursement?
basically it's saying that
Church
whoever's the
fund,
new
Church Copeland.
whoever the new
Church fund and the cemetery fund, Copeland fund.
whoever the new people are, they might not know what to do and need a little direction. I can't find this email though.
Yeah, because it was an old, it referenced an old email, right?
Oh, did it?
I believe so.
Yeah, because
I
it was.
just had it open too. Oh.
Because we put it out there at least once on Front Porch Forum, you know, a list of several offices and whatever, and for more information and specific offices to touch base with Patty. And that was back around.
Oh, okay,
Town
so,
meeting.
all right, here it is. It's on, it was the July 6th. Let me get back to it, so. Yeah, so if you go to the one, the CC discussion from back in December.
Yeah.
So that was on, so let me see, so that was on July 21st. And Terry's was weighed in on
We did what they said.
On Thursday, on Tuesday? July 21st was Tuesday.
it. Yeah, so that's when I got it. July 21st, and it's forward from reply.
Oh, okay, got it, yeah.
Okay, and then you jump up to the Middletown Springs Town Clerk, and
Yeah.
that's when the saga began.
That's what, so, right, she said, has anyone communicated with the new appointee regarding getting his ducks in a row and introducing him to the other trustees? I would doubtful you'll see any reporting from any trustees in 2025. To my knowledge, they have not met since John stepped down. Do we know who the trustees are right now? Public monies?
Steve Harrington
Steve Harrington was one.
and Dave Carr, trustees of Louis funds and other public monies. But Dave Carr's term was up in 26, so. And we had a vacancy of the 3-person board anyways.
Yeah.
He was reelected, was he not, Terry?
Right, Dave Carr, I think so.
I thought
I
so.
believe so.
So who was the other electee or appointed person to that position?
I think we tried to appoint,
Steve?
no, the guy that came and actually interviewed with us for,
On Gamera?
yes, on Gary.
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
But so I told him, and then
right?
I never heard back from him. Not once, so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that was to finish out whatever empty seat, so it was just till March, so now we're back to no appointees again.
So we need to clarify that to make sure that there wasn't 7 votes for anybody, because then they're automatically elected.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Um,
if nobody else wants to, I'll ask Patty to see what the status is of the vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's saying the new appointee. I'm wondering if it's the individual that we appointed, but that was only to,
But we would have had to reappoint them,
again, it need to happen, so, yeah.
or whether they got 7 votes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got an email, well, okay, I'm sorry. So our trustees of public money, are we done with that? We'll follow up with Patty to see who was appointed. Planning Commission, I see that I got an email yesterday from Rutland Regional Planning Commission looking for a signature for the EEP contract amendment, which is the enhanced energy plan portion of the town plan. I think Steve talked about it when he came in and presented.
Yeah, that was primarily the biggest update or biggest change they made, and it was not incorporated into the plan or
Yeah.
assimilated into the plan or something like that.
And so this says, this email, it's from someone named Sean Beatty at the Regional Planning Commission, and it says there's attached is the amendment, contract amendment for your review and signature. But I don't see an attachment. So I don't, so I don't know what it is that we're supposed to approve. We would say we could approve signing this as long as it doesn't commit the town to any money. If the amendments, the changes to it don't wind up costing the town more. I probably shouldn't do anything with it until I see what the.
I was gonna say, I don't have it, so I'm not reading it, so I'm not sure what you're.
Yeah, it was just addressed to Patty, me, and copied to Devin Neary.
Did he get that online? The town plan?
Was he trying to get on the website?
Wasn't he, didn't he say by that following Saturday, he was hoping to have it
I
up?
was hoping to have it up on the town website.
I don't. Might be on the town website.
Yeah, but this is the
Seeing it
contract.
coming our way.
We now have the amendment in place to extend through November 1st, 2026. I'll have to.
The town plan on the website's from 2017.
Okay, I'll follow up on this.
Yeah, and I think maybe our last discussion on all these appointments was relative to or shortly after Robert's house went on the market, because we had appointed him as our transportation rep. You know, I think, or alternate, I think he's our alternate. Carlson, are you the main rep and he's the alternate?
Well, he said he'd do it.
Or he's the main rep and, but anyway, we probably, I don't know, I don't think he's actually resigned, but I think we were probably planning on having to look for somebody again, if and when his house goes.
Then we also had this member survey from Transportation Advisory Committee.
Yeah, TAC member survey.
Yeah, Robert is spending about half his time up in Maine already. So probably ought to find new blood.
Yeah, it sounded like Steve was hoping to do that over the weekend, and I think that's what he was trying to. He said he had to get something online to incorporate in the town plan. That's probably what
Okay.
that energy component is.
Sure. But they didn't send the link that we need.
So you
I mean,
probably just had a,
knowing that there's an attachment, but I'm not. That's in it in its entirety.
Yeah. Weird. Oh,
It's not, of course, one that says.
is that the same? Should be, okay, it's the same.
it'd probably be pretty good thing to.
Hmm.
Oh,
You know, Nothing relative to that.
Okay, so,
I thought the discussion item on that was that we were done with it.
Figure that.
The planning, the plan. Yeah, it sounded like it was basically all done, and then he was trying to get it there's a huge round of town meetings and approval, and then the select board does their own.
yeah. Okay, so last thing, to circle back to the credit card policy. So you have the last round of inputs from Jenny and
Yes,
Patty. So do you want to work on revising, or
I can continue to revise and try and bring something in for the next.
and I have, this is an old copy, but I have my thoughts,
Okay.
and which I'm happy to explain. So cryptic notes sometimes. That brings us to town highways and the commissioner report.
Well, this says FYI. An explanation for our state highway. Of 14,942.30. Payments will be made. Further payments will be made October 15th, January 15th, and April 15th.
It's their quarterly highway aid payment, and it says something about a supplemental amount, which looks to me like it was only like what, $200 or something?
$350 for
Yeah,
a one-time component.
one-time component.
So we went from 14,592 to 14,942. But something to do with Act 144 and House 951. Okay.
So I think
Supposedly we have 10 days to sign a contract with Cargill for road salt. Received on the 17th.
What's the tonnage?
Well, estimated tonnage is 275 ton.
that's what we've been getting.
The price per ton last year was 98, I do believe, 97 or 98. This year it's 106.50. So
How much do we use straight salt? You have any idea?
well, we couldn't get it last year. Couldn't get salt for half the year, so
Yeah, we couldn't use the full component, right?
no.
Couldn't get it.
Um,
Can we get
Last year we put 65 ton of salt with the sand. The year before that we put 85 ton, and the year before that we put 100 ton in with the sand at Casellas, at the quarry.
And some of it's still there.
Well, as far as I know, we're not getting any more
No.
salted material from there. So we have a pile up here that is salted. So the whole thing is to put the building up and not use any salt, or a
Well-
minimum amount of salt next day.
I was gonna say, we're gonna have to do 140 anyway, right?
Yeah, but we'll have to buy salt.
Right.
Um, but we should not be using anywhere close to 275 ton, but doesn't mean we can't sign the contract. But someplace I had read that it, delivery was between now and the end of the year.
All of it?
Really?
If purchase is not made by December 31st, 2026, Cargo reserves the right to revoke the price provided in this price quote letter.
Okay, so it's good until the end of December.
Yeah.
No, that's clever. That's like everybody else, tax on the fuel surcharge or whatever. It's kind of the same difference. They're giving us a price till the end of the year.
It says it's for the full
Full amount.
quote
Yeah,
price is
you've
for
got-
July 13th, 26 through April 30th of 27. But it also, I thought I read it that we're not guaranteed that price after the end of this year. If we don't have it stockpiled here, so.
So can we, I mean, if we're not gonna use 275 ton, do we order less or do we sign up for the full amount and stop delivery?
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, we haven't ever been done for what we didn't take. And if it has gone over, we've always got it. But it wasn't available this past year, so.
Do we want to reduce the amount or do you want to just sign the contract?
I would think just sign the contract as it is and
Okay.
So it's a little bit like the sheriff contract where it's like up to this amount. But we can.
and we're only guaranteed that price till the 30th, the end of December anyway, so.
So that's a cap, like we're just not allowed more than 270
Well, for this price,
for that price.
so. We have never sourced it from any place else. There are some other options around, but different towns has different uses, so we're still using salt base. I'll move we sign the contract as presented.
I'll second that.
I just want to see what we budgeted for salt. This year and
We
what,
would have budgeted the 275 ton. I don't know what we used.
We came in,
Dollar fee.
for the end of the year, I do believe we used 13,000.
20,000 is budgeted. This is 2024, 2025, 19,680.
Do you have on the computer your
The most recent?
end of the year?
Yeah.
I looked at that
Okay.
today and I want to say we budgeted 20,000.
we budgeted 20.
And we used 13 this past year.
Mhm.
13 something.
And the price is 1050.
It's 106.50 compared to
What was the code number?
So, yeah, it's 140512,
So budgeted
20,000.
20,000, used 13,744.
So the 20,000, but 20,000 divided by 106.50 is 188 ton.
Yeah.
So we don't have anywhere near enough in the budget for 275 tons.
But we can sign sign the contract and use up to, well, hopefully we don't need it, but yeah, we don't need to use the full 275. That's it.
Yes, can I read that? Yeah.
And when the stuff really hits the fan anyway, we don't get the full amount like we didn't this past year.
Right. Kind of made all these numbers irrelevant.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's
Except the
any,
price.
I don't think there's any
Yeah, the
harm.
price went up a little bit, but our usage went down last year, and we hope it goes down even more this year.
So the customer, this estimated ton figure is it's an estimate to be purchased by the customer. Customer is not obligated to purchase a minimum percentage of the estimated tons. Cargill is not obligated to sell the customer any quantity of the estimated tons. So they're
Okay, so the contract, it doesn't
that
guarantee
doesn't guarantee anything. They're not obligated to sell to us, and we're not obligated to buy from
Okay, then, let's sign that. Yeah, okay, so we have a motion made and seconded. Any further discussion?
Who's that? Is it?
Chris,
I thought Chris moved.
No, Carl did.
Carl.
yeah, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Very
You want
unanimous.
me to sign, or you want to sign?
What does it say? Just awesome.
Signature and name and title.
Go ahead.
Commissioner,
Yeah.
commish.
I need a hat that says that.
You have any good news for us on the South Street here? They've got road markings down all over the place.
I didn't see them down there when they were marking. I see the state truck out here parked here by itself, and I didn't know that was the same time the 3 ambulances went that way, and I heard that they were over there with the loader trimming the same in Tinmouth area when the ambulance was going on, so I didn't know what was on. And then later in the day, I see the marking on the road. That appears to be they're just gonna shim, because they only go into the crown of the road.
Crown of the road. And,
So typically the state does that themselves with the loader
oh, geez.
and a spread box.
Yeah, like what they did around that dark
Right.
corner on Chapman Hill there a couple of years ago. They made, yeah, it was worse than spread with a loader. Yeah.
So,
Oh, joy. Well. Huh.
I just got this.
Spreading with a bulldozer.
Did you got this email, Robin? About REI?
No, it's in correspondence. We haven't got
Yeah,
correspondence yet.
It went to Middletown Treasure. I think it went to you too, Rob.
What's it? About?
So I think it's upgrade,
Road erosion inventory, it's relative to the, everything's got an acronym, municipal.
REI for
Regional
the
project or
town
something
by
like
October
that.
31st, so.
October 31 of next year, so.
Of 27.
27 needs to be updated to
Okay.
regional or road erosion inventory reassessment. Needs to be completed by
It's
October
been
31.
eroding.
Well, as we heard the other day, you have to have problems area or we're not gonna get any money. You
Yeah.
can't say, oh, can't say everything's good or you won't get any money. Okay.
Yeah.
Someone has a sense of humor. There's the drainage infrastructure resource tool, dirt map.
They probably spend a great amount of time to come up with a clever little.
big-
And that's probably that big culvert map that he had on the wall down there that we have on the tablet.
Yeah.
It also went to the tablet, I see.
You might be able to take that tablet and get a printed copy. Just
Yeah, you could probably get
pick
one
it up
from
in
the
the
office.
office, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, a big copy, I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
out of battery in my laptop, so.
Well, I mean, I just haven't seen this.
Yeah.
Okay,
For a bit.
the complaint from Dayton Road, they were going down today to fix and place that culvert down at Conyers. We talked to them yesterday. Hopefully that went pretty smooth.
Somebody should review it to sign off and.
They've done a lot of work on Daisy Hollow, the trees that have been approved to be removed are removed. The shoulder's gone. The big stump, the tree that got cut off from that, end up getting set back. I don't know if that, we don't know if that's going to be suitable there or if we're going to have to. I haven't been down by since they took the loader down there. They had a rock that they dug out that they couldn't move with the backhoe. So they were taking the loader down to the loader and the backhoe to get it moved down the road and placed with the other ones on the side of the road to the, so a lot more material along the trees than he anticipated, but it's widened. Working with the landowner, it's widened substantially way down the hill.
So you've got some safety factor in there now,
Well,
wider road,
the road's much wider.
yeah.
He got three small loads, might be from Jimmy to top dress the road up the hill there where they worked to get some material on it. So,
And they're gonna do processed on top.
Is this on John's line?
Okay.
so, there's still the three big trees that were in the middle area there that are still there. There's discussion about being able to, Chuck thinks, I've talked to him, the ability to gain 3-4 feet toward the bank from the culvert down through there to widen that out at this time to help the width there too, so.
At least if there's just a little bottleneck, at least, you know, if you meet somebody, you can figure it out.
It's a lot shorter
Right.
of a distance than what it was, so. That seems to be going well. The mower finally arrived on Monday. We got it put together yesterday, I guess. Some assembly required.
Yeah, sure.
And,
Batteries included?
well, the PTO shaft was underneath the mower. They shipped it in the crate, so.
So are the hammers like a T, or are they
The T.
okay, so they're the heavier ones?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, is there anything in the correspondence from Patty about the insurance? Okay. I asked her today if she knew how we had insured the tractor in the past. And she was think in 2023 was the last time that she could see that we had to show proof that we had insurance for Joe to use his tractor. That's the closest she could find on it. So she was leaving a copy of that. It's probably in there in the file for that. So I'll need to talk to the league about getting our mower on the insurance and whatever tractor, however we're going to go about getting it operated.
Right. Do we know how we're going about getting it operated at this point?
Well, there is 4 different prices, hourly prices that I have got. I don't know if we want to discuss that openly because it's not a bid form, but
We do it in executive session.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should have something in writing and.
Yeah. He's fishing right now.
So the different options. Nothing is comparable to what we rented last year for pricing. That's the part of it.
Well, I mean, we could go do like Rupert does, 30,000 for a over the rail and it was hooked to a $80,000 tractor.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
So do we want to just go into executive session right now for a little bit over this?
Sure.
I'll move we go into executive session to discuss proposed contractors.
I'll second that.
Move out of executive session at 8:33 with no action taken. I think by consensus.
Want me to just make a motion?
Okay, yeah.
I'll make the motion that I contact League of Cities and Towns about insuring our mower and a contract operator. And based on availability to mow the roadsides.
A written contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll second that. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thank you.
Have you seen?
No, I have not seen this yet. But I got the 2 old, the ones that we were talking about.
Yeah.
But I never actually connected with Jenny. I just left them in her office with a sticky note.
Yeah, that was still in our correspondence. Isaac, I was gonna put it in Jenny's folder when we're all done.
Yeah, so this is what she came, I mean, this is my first time seeing it, but this is,
She did the layout.
she did the
Oh,
layout.
she did the layout. Okay, I didn't think.
That's a new proposal.
Yeah,
Is that something that she was happy with?
I mean, she made up a timesheet
Oh, I
with the
know.
new information,
Because
and
I
it
can't-
looks a lot more readable, a lot more
We need,
More space.
user
we
friendly.
need her to be on board with it and
Yes.
the highway crew to be on board with it.
So it didn't have that was my sticky note, didn't have a different thing on there. She never emailed me.
Yeah, I saw your sticky note, so.
Okay.
I didn't think she had seen that yet.
Yeah, this is the first time seeing any response to it.
Okay, so this. Yeah, so this has Garen Road Special Project, Daisy Hollow Special Project. It sounds like this would be updated
Yeah.
at least annually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the existing ones in that
Like, that's our current one.
Yeah.
Just kind of tough to, but I mean, it has all the exact same information. It's just a little bit more
User-friendly.
user-friendly.
Yeah,
I think even better information, because you can also go right down a column to get the
Right.
total hour work weeks on a certain project easier.
so it looks like that's a summertime sheet. There isn't like a winter or summer denotation,
Which
or
class two
after
and
certain date, she does
That's just
everything.
a-
She
Yeah.
converts everything at a certain date,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Unless we're doing something different,
Yeah, that looks pretty
like
good.
I started out doing last fall, that
Right.
got changed.
But they don't have the total down for the week. On this.
total hours
Oh.
there, but not down there. But I think that would be more for like her
Yeah,
information. I don't think it's actually important information to
Oh, okay.
document. It's just like it's more easily read, I think,
Yes.
than the other one. That's great. So I haven't actually talked with her yet, but I'll try to get back in touch with her and see if that's a workable sheet. But
She's,
if she made it, it must be, yeah, good to.
she could take maintenance equipment and they don't have to just go.
just copy it and
Mhm.
take it up to.
Yeah, see what they think.
You know what I'm saying? They change that to maintenance equip. And then they can take that enough to get it. But I don't know, just, yeah.
Yeah, because really all I need is hours, right?
Yeah,
Hours here and then the descriptions over here.
right.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
I think they should like that better than the ones that we've been using.
I think hopefully all like it.
Have you had any discussion with Michael about a print for the building? Lately,
I've not had any further discussion with him.
40 by 100.
Right, so last meeting, you approved the 40 by 100. And what was was there a decision on door placement or how many doors or gable
Not as
end
of-
eve?
Not as of yet, but we were down in Middletown and they had hooks on their roof.
Yeah.
So they're on their eve edge, because all their doors are on the eve edge. So they say that, so the snow stays up there.
So my contention is, Chuck thinks on the south side, both ends of the building to get access. I feel that we should also have one on the west end
Yeah,
of the building.
yeah, I do too.
Because if you got the salt here, if we want to park a truck in there, you're going to be wanting to back in this way. So I envision 3, and there's no real need to put one on the east end of the building if there's one somewhere
On the south,
medium in the last 3/4 of the wall there.
Yeah.
If we got a track, we need to have enough area to run the track. So if it's a 14-foot door or
2 split. doors.
whatever, if we're just dropping out one post in a 16-foot area and making a sliding door there, we need to be 16 feet from the end if that's the way the door is going.
right?
So I envision doing it that way. And that way you could have the ability to have the salted material on the end of the building and the unsalted material in the middle of the building and the salt on the other end of the building, whichever way we want to load it.
Mhm.
Until we get doors, could we use that, match that screen like they use? You've seen that, they use it at, like dairies. And,
Well, we won't have to have a door if it's on the tracks, like, basically all you're gonna have is metal siding,
okay.
and a track,
Mhm.
and a door frame.
Window.
A 2x4 form, and, your angles on the bottom to hold the door.
Door from flying away.
Yeah. And the track. So,
Did the cement, the metal tubes filled with cement that go on the outside, those would be poured at the same time as the footings? Is that right? We want to put those like what they had out at the garage down there. We were talking about
Bollards.
bollards.
Yeah. Unless you did them afterwards.
They're just independent. They just kind of you just drill them down and they're like a solid peak kind of thing. But
they're basically just an 8-inch culvert or 6-inch culvert.
Yeah, they
Filled
poured
with
yours into
cement.
the apron though, saying we might not have an apron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably just pour it into a basin. or something.
Should be able to just get the PVC plastic and just dig a hole, set up
Mhm.
after the building. But if we can get a print that I can take to the state to see if there's anything that we're required to have before we start construction.
Mhm.
I went and purchased 2 batteries yesterday and put them in the old town truck over there, trying to get that to move so we can open up the area. So hopefully our landlord will give us permission to move our salted sand pile that we have now out back there. Chuck said we got enough. Either the,
Real estate.
well, no, either the blocks
Oh,
or the Jersey barriers, we got some of them too,
yeah.
to
Kind of
create
contain it.
create a retainer on the bottom. And he said, we'll just have to get another roll of plastic to cover it, just to make,
Yeah.
so we don't have the leaching from the water. We went up and looked at that yesterday, so
Is
Did
that
you get-
mostly cleaned up there, or is there still a lot of stuff? I haven't been up lately,
there's stuff spread all over.
still.
Our stuff or other people's stuff? Both.
Both.
We should have only been paying half rent all these years earlier.
So I was hoping to get the truck movable and set the sander onto it to get that out of the middle of the area to make it more presentable to the landlord but it appears that that tank has no fuel in it on that truck. So,
Why wouldn't it be?
Been sitting there quite a while.
It evaporates.
so the Chuck was going to, but I don't think that he got to it today because they were down there working on that culvert. So I didn't see him today.
What is the plan with that truck?
We said we'd sell it. But we need to get it.
Get it out of the way.
Basically, that we need to be posted and then decide what the minimum's gonna be. There is interest in it, but if we don't post it, we're not, not everybody has the right to bid on it. So I'd like to just get it out of the way.
Get it
The
posted.
one battery that was in it, one of the posts on it was broken off inside the battery. Because it had a cable on it and the post just turned.
Oh, that should be good.
So that may be why the only battery was left there. disconnected because it was no good. Because the batteries were missing too. So, but it's been, I don't know how many years. But the battery that's broken off is a 23 battery. So it's, the battery's only 3 years old.
Huh.
That was in it. So
Hmm.
I don't know if it only had 2 in it or if it holds 4 batteries. And a lot of wires hooked to it.
Do you have a time frame for the Garden Road project?
Well, they've
Yeah,
done,
perfect.
they laid one roll already and put some coverage on it. I don't know. I would assume that that should be completed in August. But I think that should be our next priority. To go meet with the individual and start on this end with raising that.
Yeah.
And then gravel the rest, put the rest of the fabric down and do it.
And he owns both sides of the road, right?
Yeah, yeah. And he said whatever we needed to do. I said I'd meet with him before we did it, but so we should be all set on that, and that way we can get. Chuck has talked to Donnie. We hopefully to remove some of the alders along the side of the road, past the bridge there to open that up a little bit. Now it's drier. So we can go there. Up on top of the hill, I have not heard or seen that that individual is up on whether we can remove any of them ash trees from Jim Casco's up to the corner or not,
Mhm.
you know. I talked to Glenn, and he thought he might have had a phone number for him, but he said they're normally up some in the summer, but I've been up a couple times and I haven't found any vehicle down in there. They did start setting the poles on North Street today for moving the power line from across the stream out to the road.
Oh,
I did talk to one truck today about a dead ash that got left by the tree company. It's up there 35, 40 feet, it's about this size, and there's nothing to the top, just stand there dead right beside a maple tree. I said, well, it might not, because the wire is going to Feely's side and then back across. I said, if it tips over, it might get your wire, but it's definitely a safety issue for the road. So if you're not going to do any more trimming, we need to, before you put your wire up, get it on the ground.
mhm.
So I talked to them, they were going to get poles, and they did, when I went back up this last time to mow more and bale, they had set one pole, they were there setting a pole net, so. I'll see if, they said once the poles are set, they'll probably have the tree company come back and do some more trimming once they know for sure where the lines are gonna go. Cause I do believe there's still some stuff on the Feely side that's gonna be in the wire, but I going up through with the tractor, I saw 2 dead trees there, and be damned if I found that ash today, but I couldn't find for sure where the other one was standing there that I thought needed to be down before they put the wire in. In the tractor, I noticed going up by, so they're doing that. I have not been up Fitzgerald Road, but I think Chuck said that they were up there setting a pole to raise
A low spot.
yeah. That they were setting a pole up there past Weather Hogs into the hollow there,
Mhm.
and that the cable company I don't know if they've been back to move that, if, I think it's cable and not phone, the lowest wire, but he says there's just a lot of issues on Garen Road, having to use the single axle truck because the wires services are dangling so low to the houses that they can't dump the tandem going up through there.
Mhm.
So he said something about there's a extra lip on the headboard on the green truck that he's going to somehow shorten for hauling gravel. He said we can put it back on for winter sand, but he's gonna modify that, so it's gonna save about 2 foot of height dumping, he said. So.
Hopefully that'll keep all the services
Services
in place.
in the air.
Yeah.
Won't be the first time they would take it off.
Not like a forklift down in New Jersey that snagged power line. It was on the back of a low boy. Boom. Yeah, pulled the pole right out of the ground. Sparks flying everywhere.
We could use a short personnel executive session at the end.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank-
Town lands, I just want to bring up, that we had, we authorized, up to $1,500, I think, for plantings around this building, and it was only because of gifts and all, it was only a few hundred, I think. So I would like to, tell Amanda that she can buy fertilizer and put out the others. She wants to work on the lawn here. Fertilize, try to get rid of some of the clover and grow grass. And I'd like to tell her to go ahead with that. And,
Kill the clover, you might not have much grass. Because there's not much out there to grow grass.
right,
I think the clover is good, but yeah, we need fertilizer. I don't know if they really want to kill the clover.
Well,
and maybe it's get some grass going that
Yeah,
eventually edge out clover. But
Yeah, put some seed in with it, yes.
It's, I was amazed at how well around the flagpole, how well that caught. And that was, didn't bring in any topsoil there, I don't believe.
Yeah, but it's not sure pack.
And
That's what's around here.
You don't have to dig very far and you're into sure pack.
You're into processed gravel.
um,
Oh.
but they put an annual and a permanent mixture over there. And so I don't know if that happened here or not. I don't recall the first year was it much greener than afterwards. Or I know we had it dug out and reseeded last year too, so. And the other thing is, we just may need some lime on it too, for neutralizer.
Well, I will tell her, authorize her and go over with her the purchasing the tax-free.
We,
Tax exempt.
trying to think where we could get someone for her. Chuck had said that there's a lot of, his son has tons of it down there, so, of lime. Down there in the field, so. Maybe we can acquire a little bit to neutralize them.
Is the sure pack all line? No, it's all that is.
Yeah, but it dries out so fast.
Yeah.
Water goes,
Right.
that's why
Solid waste.
Yeah, I think that'd be great, Robin. Anything we can do to try to make this a little greener rather than yellow and a little thicker would be an improvement. Solid waste, I don't think I have anything, really. Nothing new anyway.
Correspondence.
Correspondence, we got a thank you letter from, last time, a couple weeks ago, we did all the appropriations, a thank you letter from Vermont Family Network. They received $250, another thank you letter from the Rural Fire Protection Program. They got $200. Vermont Association for the Blind, a thank you for $300. Vermont Center for Independent Living, a thank you for $100. We already talked about the state of Vermont Office of the State Treasurer detailing our quarterly highway payments, $14,592 a quarter. Got a letter from, if anybody needs these services, we got a letter from the Rutland County Sheriff, who's now offering civilian fingerprinting for $35 fee. We already talked about the road erosion inventory from the municipal roads general permit reassessment that's due by October 31 next year. And we already talked about the Cargill salt contract signed and delivered. So I think that's it. Good to go. And we had a note from Patty we already took care of, telling her she could purchase supplies for the old cemetery. You know, if we want that, you want that or a copy of that to keep in a highway folder somewhere. It's pretty much the same amount every year.
Well, it's-
50-something thousand. 53.
I do believe pushing 60,000 with this.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much 60.
So I think that's more, I think it was 58 that we budgeted. If I remember right.
Yeah, sounds about it.
Board orders.
Board orders.
Just wait till early. Oh, we're not done.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Then so if I hadn't showed up, I know. Budgeted 55 for the highway.
Yeah, I was thinking 56 or 58, and I knew we were right on that. Pushing right in that range.
This is money that we
That's
received from.
14.9 for all intents and purposes, not counting that $300, so 15 times 4 would be 60. Yeah.
14,942.
Printing at 15.
So $200 short of 60,000. If their one-time payment is quarterly.
Okay.
It's a hot sale.
So we moved 25,000. Tax stabilization and 25,000 from municipal clerk.
A couple sheets of tin.
Yeah, good until looks like a good amount until you try to buy something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, was that building down there? Almost half a million. Years ago.
Yeah, but prior to COVID, you said, right?
Well, yeah, that building's 12 years old. It's 40.
So it's at least double that right now.
I actually meant to. I was gonna try to call them and get pricing on.
That was quite a facility down there. If we had one half class out, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, I don't know about the 60 side.
The 60 width.
Not half of that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
Well,
what,
60
the boys would be pretty happy with it.
40 by 60 would be nice.
I don't know if 40 would do it.
I like that 60.
Well, half, 60 by 120, and you said half that, so.
60 by 60, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boys would probably be happy if they could park 2 trucks and have running water.
And go and walk around them.
Yeah.
With plows and sanders in.
Yeah.
That's all.
We haven't made any headway with Hubbard, as far as we know, have we?
And I haven't seen, since we sent them the letter a while ago, I haven't seen a monthly statement with a little Scotty note on it, so I don't know. And I don't know. Haven't heard any more from Jenny, but I think the auditors had a meeting a while ago, and I don't know if they had anything either.
Oh. Zero, sorry.
Yeah, Hubbard just charges for the trucking and zero, so $200.
Yeah, we got 4 items, but we only got 3 things, but Casella charges for the zero.
Casella charges for the zero, so once a month.
I didn't realize you're doing for such a long clip.
Yes.
Yeah. Often.
If I come back.
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't know if you guys saw this, but John Malcolm died.
We went by a place I thought I was.
Yeah.
He was younger than I thought. He's still a couple of years older than I am. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Good names.
I was remembering serving coffee at the Paul.
Paul, the fire department, fishing game, yeah.
Or the fire department game suffered, yeah. I used to like to go to that.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
I never went to the one in Rupert though.
I used to go based on John's advice, I would go to as many as I could and
Yes.
help serve. And,
Good place to mingle.
the Rupert and Tinmouth were always the same day.
Yes.
So they would alternate years. We'd go to Rupert and go to Tinmouth next year.
Pollock was closer than Rupert
Yeah.
for me. And then Tinmouth was, that's a whole different vibe at Tinmouth. There's so many people.
So many people. Yeah.
At Pollock, it was smaller. Sit down, yeah.
Rupert got pretty crowded too. And they always had some unusual dish, pheasant fettuccine or, things like that.
Say, years ago, the first time I ever went to Tinmouth, it was really a game supper because they had all that stuff. They had the woodchuck, they had raccoon dishes, they had, nowadays they're all the ones that I've been to, they're all pretty much the same, deer, moose, bear,
Mhm.
and chicken and biscuits they're all good, but you don't
Yeah.
really get all this.
The weird
It's
stuff.
weird.
It's also, venison balls, bear balls.
I was gonna say, I remember a lot of brown gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So it kind of all tastes the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're fun though, they're good.
And of course, you gotta have let's see, who missed this one. Anybody in this system? Carol. I think this one.
Probably if we spread that once. Dry compost, organic compost that they have or whatever, if we spread that 2 inches thick and then put some, maybe grow something, and then put some grass seed on it and do it grow.
Right
Would you
now,
have to what-
I don't think.
Or we just went down and cleaned up the road down the Horizons and put it.
Yeah. But that too.
When we were digging for these plants out here, Carol. It was like digging into a gravel bank.
Yeah.
Well, those are pretty close to the building too, they must have.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that I bet you go out there with a shovel and start digging, you're gonna find out it's not good digging.
It wasn't much different along the stone wall as sidewalk there where Pete and Eileen planted those little,
About 3 inches of
shrubs.
dirt,
That was the same digging there.
3 inches of dirt, and then you got right into
And then
the
that helps the homes.
So it doesn't hold moisture, because you don't have ground contact. So that's why the clover takes and drops. It goes for over that good root system. Grass doesn't, it's got about that much.
Well, now you gotta watch out when you get compost that doesn't have those jumping worms in it. Right?
I don't know, what do? You start, just check and see if they're jumping, or what do you do?
Yeah, you poke them with sticks, see if they jump.
What changes were there.
Based on the punch card, that must be.
I understand one, but I don't quite. No, the other one. For the other quarter hour. It's short, but I thought we were. Having to round up to that quarter. Yeah, but I know what I was. My train of thought before was. That it was a new budget year. That 1,500 was for. Up to the June 30th, so we
Right.
had money in this budget. For. You know, I don't.
I was thinking that,
I didn't sign because I'm getting paid
Oh,
for that note. So.
no, I see, well, yeah,
Let me-
gotcha.
So. That's why I didn't.
Don't wanna get paid? Why?
No, I,
I won't sign it then.
it's all fine, I just. Not much, no paperwork came, but they got delivered except for what was. The little booklet that was stuck to the PTO shaft. And that's some stuff that Patty had sent to her the day I ordered it.
Go straighten out, guys.
About time. Like I'm getting better straightening out than you were.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not doing enough paying.
So that was a Titan and not a Max. Carol, the Flammable. Because Max has one too, and there's another one, maybe Farm Breeds.
Well,
They're all probably the same.
Is that a walking trail or is that the road?
It's a road. Single road.
What lake is that? Oh, is that a lock?
It's going down to the west coast. I'll be driving them.
Yeah.
Stick shift.
Yeah. Yep, I remember doing that in England and in New Zealand. Okay. They say you gotta watch out, it's where you cross over one lane bridges mostly, because like you're used to driving on the left, right? Then you get to a one lane bridge, go through, and then you like, if you're not thinking about it, you go back to the right side.
I would find that making, last time I drove there, making left-hand turns. When I just, so across traffic, I wasn't, I'm not quite sure what lane to be up in.
Pallet fork shot, and we'll get this. Titan.
Yeah, I looked up and so I get it on my phone now all the time.
Yeah,
Let me see it now.
I get cargo freight every stinking day.
Oh, yeah.
One a day.
You'll tell me how the practice was.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Right there, Titan attachments.
There you go. But screw on or whatever pallet fork that you put on the end of your bucket.
Yeah.
And, so I didn't think I'd be using them all that much and they work good, but they ended up, and I built my own little headache rack, you know. Which of course you're always in time to pick up brush, you push against it, you snap it off naturally, but.
That's where you need this, the plan.
Yeah, well, so I ended up getting
The jobs
metal
are
pallet forks instead. And I gave those to a friend of mine. But I figured I'd only use them once in a great while, I ended up using them all the time. I'm getting older. Try to pick up less. Manual.
Surprising what that lever can do.
Wish we'd had it years ago.
Talk about levers. How long does your employer has
We're in discussion about it, because the projects we thought we were gonna be cruising to this summer have all been pushed back, so we might let it lapse this. I think we're gonna keep it probably through the,
What do you got, one left?
yeah, just like a 6K telehandler. Cause some of those beams would crush our tractor, that would work it.
Oh, so you got like one of those, oh,
Yeah, low.
those are handy, extended fork.
It was pretty great. That's what we tip up all our barns with. They were pretty used to
They
it.
got a telescopic.
Use it like a crane.
how long is it gonna keep it from?
I think we'll probably just do it a month. Unless we keep working on the next predator barn frame, but There's no foundation over it yet. Coming on fall here's pretty quick, so.
The stuff on so pushing to Mars.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Cool, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So shall we pay the, I move that we approve the orders?
And a second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Brings us to other business. Is there anything other than the brief executive session? Okay, move to go into executive session to discuss personnel issues at 9:16.
I'll have a second thought.
We'll move out of executive session at 9:41 with no action taken. Anything else for this meeting? Next meeting is August 13th. This is the 3 weeks in between, so Isaac, you'll have to come in and sign orders.
Well, you're skipping the dump truck?
I am.
Oh, that's right.
For how long?
I get back August 13th.
Well, you can tell us about it.
If I was getting paid, I would.
Yeah.
Monday. Still be, reachable.
Are we done?
Are we moving to adjourn?
Oh, yes, we're moving to adjourn. Yeah,
That's
9:40.
good.
How big of a time zone difference?